What's up, guys? JP back at you once again, bringing you guys day number 27 in my 14th annual 31 Days of Horror, a series in which we watch and review 31 horror films in 31 days, all during the month of October, leading right up to Halloween. Hope you guys enjoyed the little run of Elm Street films I did over the last couple days. Was going to do this review a little earlier today, but I started watching the baseball game, the World Series, Moods is Jays playing, and it's just been going on forever. It's like after 2 a.m. right now, and we're in the 17th inning, so I was just like, I gotta get this review done real quick. But yeah, the film that I'm reviewing today is a film that was just recently released here on 4K, and that is Ruby from the year 1977, coming to us courtesy of Vinegar Syndrome. And this is a movie that I actually had on DVD with a double feature of, like, Kiss of the Tarantula, I believe. Maybe it was a VCI release, I can't really remember, but I remember getting it in, I mean, this was so long ago, like 2009 or 10. There was, like, this horror radio show that I listened to. I have no idea what it's even called. And I believe they had, like, Stephen Jeffries on there, and you could, like, call in and answer a trivia question. It was, like, live, and if you answered it right, you won some prizes and stuff. And Stephen Jeffries asked me the question in Fright Night, who was Peter Vincent named after? And I couldn't even, like, I was such a novice horror fan. Like, I mean, I was a big horror fan for me, you know, and the, like, the people I knew. But, like, I don't even know if I'd seen Fright Night at the time, and I was like, Vincent Price. I got that one right away. And then they were like, Peter, and I was like, I didn't know. And they were like, this is so embarrassing, but they were like, it rhymes with pushin', and I was like, cushion? And then they gave it to me. And then they sent me those DVDs, and I remember watching them thinking they were pretty cool. But anyway, the Ruby is, I haven't watched it since way back then, probably like 2010 or 12 or something like that was probably the last time I watched it. But Ruby starts off in like the 1930s, and it's a bunch of mobsters at like some swamp in Florida. And one of the mobsters gets gunned down, and he threatens to take revenge on the people who wronged him. Flash forward like 20-ish years later, somewhere around there. And Ruby, the title character, played by Margot Kidder of Carrie fame, is like owns and runs a drive-in, and her like staff and like all the people around her are like former mob members. They like packed up the mob and basically decided that they were gonna run this drive-in. The story actually has a lot of like backstory that you get through exposition, but like essentially she was like a singer and an actress, and she was kind of successful, but she was also had like heavy mob ties, and she like used her sexuality to like seduce people and then get them whacked, you know what I mean? And she was dating this guy named I can't even remember his name. It was like, was it Danny or something? I can't remember. But anyway, the head mob boss guy that dies at the beginning of the movie. But she also had like a love affair / relationship with this guy named Jay, who's like now in a wheelchair with his eyes cut out because of what all, you know, mob life. And then there's also this guy named like Vincent or Vinny or something who sort of is like the surrogate father for her daughter. He was also in the mob, and everybody crushed on this woman, you know what I mean? And also, she does have a daughter who she went into labor while she was, while that incident happened, and the daughter does not speak. She's mute. She's kind of weird. And they run this drive-in, and all these people start getting picked off at the drive-in, like the former mob bosses, and she thinks that it has something to do with her original lover who was gunned down. sort of using her daughter as a catalyst for like telepathy and stuff like that. It's very Carrie, but also Exorcist, like both definitely inspired by those movies, I would say. I gotta say, I really like this movie. It has that real regional horror feel, and it also is set in the drive-in Florida. There's a lot of like ambience, like background, like wood, like insect sounds and stuff like that I really like. There's actually one kill that is like you don't really see the kill, but one of the mobsters is literally like on the drive-in screen with a speaker pole through his chest, and it actually is like kind of cool. But yeah, I think this movie is honestly pretty good. It has like good atmosphere, and the acting's pretty good. The backstory is like kind of complex and interesting. And the characters are actually pretty likable. Like Vinny is a very likable character. But anyway, my camera is about to die. I forgot to charge it, so we're gonna be quick on this one. But yes, I give this film an 8 out of 10. I think it's actually pretty good. It was definitely a nice revisit. So with that said, I'll see you guys tomorrow with another one. Peace out.